Hello, I'm Mallory Poliosis, and I'm the GT coordinator for JISD. This is the referral process parent awareness session. Normally we would have this in person, but for the safety and health of everyone, we have decided to make this a virtual presentation. If you have any questions or need help going through the referral process, please feel free to reach out at this email on the screen, or my phone number is listed as well. The Texas Education Code in Chapter 29 says the state of Texas defines a gifted and talented child as a child or youth who performs at or shows the potential for performing at a remarkably high level of accomplishment when compared to others of the same age, experience, or environment, and who exhibit high performance capability in an intellectual, creative, or artistic area, possesses an unusual capacity for leadership, or excels in a specific academic field. Now we'll look at some of the areas of giftedness. The intellectual ability is a superior intelligence with potential or having accomplishments in several fields of study. These students are able to perform complex mental tasks. These students are able to really think on a deeper level than their peers. Then there's also the academic ability, which is the superior ability or potential in a specific content area. These students may be specifically gifted in math. They may struggle in reading, or it may be the opposite, where they may struggle in reading, but they're very, very high in math. They could be gifted in all academic areas. Our assessments are designed to help us figure that out. Then we have creative ability. This is where students have that outstanding imagination, original thinking ability. They're very creative in their reasoning ability, or their ability to problem solve in a variety of ways. These are the students, you may have heard the term, a
So what
student
is
who
the
thinks
purpose
outside the
of
box.
identifying a child
And
as
that's
gifted and
referring to their
talented?
creative ability. Well, we want to challenge students to use their full ability and reach their full potential and beyond. We also want to provide students with opportunities and instruction to build the skills in self-directed learning, research, critical thinking, being involved in the community, learning to use and integrate technology in their learning, and effective communication. And while all of our students receive an education that does support these things, our gifted and talented children need something a little bit more in depth. And so this ensures that they receive that. What are GT services? Well, in JISD, our students are taught by a GT trained teacher in the regular classroom. This means that the teacher has attended the 30-hour initial GT training, which goes over strategies for gifted students, talks about what the needs of a gifted child in the classroom are. And then each additional year, they complete a 6-hour update specific to gifted education. Students also receive differentiated instruction in their specific area or areas of giftedness. If you ever have questions of what that looks like, please feel free to reach out to your child's teacher or myself. Students are clustered with their like-minded peers in the classroom so that they have the opportunity to work together and work independently, work in groups, collaborate throughout the school day, not just when they're in a pull-out class. Students also receive social emotional support to help them cope with things such as perfectionism, stress, introvertedness, and social difficulties that can come along with being gifted. In grades 1 through 4, students will attend a 2-hour pull-out class with the elementary GT specialist once per week. So this is an additional service along with their classroom services. In grades 5 and 6, when students are at Nichols, they attend a 30-minute pull-out class with the Nichols GT specialist 2 times per week. And in grades 7 through 12, students are required to take advanced courses in their areas of giftedness or their area. It's a minimum of 1, and we look at each student's individual needs and see what kind of coursework they need to take. And so they work closely with the counselors on that. Now we'll look at some characteristics of a gifted child. Gifted children may not show all of the characteristics listed. These children may reason or problem solve very well without much help. Learning very rapidly is a good indicator. When the student has an advanced or extensive vocabulary beyond that of other children their age. Having an excellent memory with great attention to details. Having a long attention span when they are interested in a topic or task. And we know that children, their attention span gets longer as they get older, but even at a young age, when they're very interested in a topic, they tend to be able to spend longer on that topic or task. These students may be very sensitive and showing compassion, and it may be that they feel a great need for justice. These students often are very much affected by watching the news or seeing someone or something in distress. Often gifted children enjoy puzzles and riddles. And as I said, with the showing compassion, very concerned with fairness, justice, and wanting all things to just be as they should. A few more characteristics. Students may struggle with perfectionism, and you may see this at home. The teacher would probably see it in the classroom. And often people think that perfectionism means very neat, tidy, wanting all things to just look a certain way, or often this is kind of confused with some of those obsessive compulsive tendencies. But perfectionism is when, a child doesn't want to be seen as imperfect. They're very much afraid of failure. And this can come out as anger. This can come out as fear. The student may withdraw. It could be a student who is really struggling with turning in their work. And it could be that the child is very afraid of making a mistake. These students have intense emotions. If you ask any parent of a gifted child, that is one word they often use is my child is very intense when it comes to learning, or, as I said in the previous slide, fairness and justice. Being morally sensitive. Often gifted children have a very wide range of interest. It could be things that are not necessarily typical for students or other children of their same age. They could be an early reader or a very avid reader. If they're reading very consistently, and it's usually things that are not typically read by other students in their grade level, that could be a good indicator. Very observant, as I said earlier, with the details and that good memory. They're very observant. They may notice things, and it could be physically or it could be within a book, where these students notice a lot more than what other children their age do. Sometimes these students will question authority. They want to know the why or the reasoning behind why they're being told to do something, or the purpose. Independent learner is a good indicator as well. These students tend to not need a lot of prompting or assistance with work. They're able to figure out a lot of things on their own. Having a great desire to learn. And, most children do love to learn, but these students tend to take it to a completely different level with their desire to learn and gain information. Gifted students can also be what we call twice exceptional, or 2E, meaning they could be gifted and have dyslexia, ADHD, autism, emotional disturbance, a learning disability, or a physical disability. So if you feel that your child has these gifted characteristics and you would like for them to be assessed, you can refer your child for gifted and talented testing. You can do so by typing this link into your browser. You can then choose the form in your preferred language, whether it be Spanish or English, and then fill out the form and click Submit. If you have any questions about the process, feel free to reach out, and I would be glad to help you with that. While the referral window is open all year long, there are some deadlines that I would like for you to be aware of. These are our fall deadlines. November 16th of 2020 is our fall referral deadline. Students who are referred by the state will be tested prior to leaving for winter break. Given that there aren't any instances of quarantine that hinder us from doing so, but I would remain in communication with you regarding that. December 18th, our committees will have met by that time, and decision letters and your child's individual results will be sent out. And in January of 2021, students identified during fall testing will begin receiving services from their classroom teacher. At this time, we are unsure about pullouts beginning in the middle of the year like that. But the following year, your child would for sure go into pullouts given that they're in a grade that does so. And then our spring deadlines. January 29th of 2021, this is a kindergarten only referral deadline. Kindergarten students who are referred by this date will be tested and identified will begin receiving services on March 1st, 2021, which is from their classroom teacher. And February 26th of 2021, this is another kindergarten only. Decision letters and results will be sent out. March 12th, 2021, this is the spring referral deadline. This is the Friday before spring break. Students referred by this date will be tested during the 2020-2021 school year. Any referrals that are submitted on March 13th or after, testing will be completed in fall of 2021-2022. And on May 14th, 2021, decision letters and results will be sent out. If you have any questions regarding any of the things that I have shared with you today, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is here again. I'm happy to talk with you and kind of guide you through the process. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.